Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 Podcast. I am your host, Crimson Sin. Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. If you're enjoying the reviews, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Podcast character designs done by Demon Artie. Be sure to follow her over on Twitter at Artie Demon. She does fan art, redesigns, original stuff, and not only is she an amazing artist, she's an awesome person as well, so be sure to check her out. Episode 25, Croak and Punishment. This is a funny episode because I always like when good characters, Sprig in this example, is like just a nice guy. He's kind when they get like pushed over the edge and they just go completely insane. And even to the point to where like Anne is like, whoa, we need to calm down. But she kind of pushed him in that direction. This episode, I just love seeing those kinds of characters completely flip. But we open up and look, I just love the use of light in the show. I always bring it up. They always have, it always looks so beautiful, the way that the sky looks and how the sunlight's coming through. It's just, they do it all the time in the show. And it's, I want to say it's too good, but the show doesn't need to look this great. But they take the time to make it look awesome. And that's what Disney does best when they actually try. But we get to see Anne, and she's like, super early in the morning, she's drinking her tea, and then Sprig's like, Anne, he wants to like tell her something, but she kind of gives him that, wait, do I finish my tea?
Anne!
But I guess he found this blue shell, and it's like this really pretty, mirrored surface, and he's going to give it to Ivy for her birthday. Remember Ivy, the girl that they tried to force him to date, but then he actually really did love, care about her. And he's like, I'm going to give it to her birthday, and she's going to think it's so awesome. Hop Pop's like, okay, guys, time to get the chores started. And he's like, oh, wow. Some frogs live their whole lives and never even get to see one of these kinds of shells. Polly, and she's like deliciously morbid.
Oh, beautiful. Some frogs die never having seen one.
Suckers.
Okay, that just doesn't mind people having misery. It's really funny. But I guess the first chore is like cleaning out Betsy's sty, like all her, manure, if you will. So they have like their gas masks on and everything. And Sprig's like, okay, I'm going to put my shell down. We got to get to work. Anne's like, you're going to just leave it out in the open? And he's like, yeah, this is Wartwood. Everyone's honest. No one would steal this. And try to make Anne feel bad for even suggesting that someone might steal this. And then guess what happens? They come back from their chores and it's stolen. It's gone. Sprig has his little freak out because that was just going to be his birthday gift for Ivy. I just love all the faces and expressions the characters make. Just absolutely ridiculous.
Ivy's birthday is tomorrow, and I've got nothing!
Okay, first, calm down.
Anne's like, you know what? Calm down. Let's look for some clues, and then we can figure out who stole it, and we can get it back. They find some waxed yarn, at the scene of the crime. It's really funny because this doesn't lead anywhere. We need to find out who sells this. And Sprig's like, the grub and go sells this type of yarn. Okay, we can go there, start asking questions. Find all your leads, do the cop stuff. Sprig's like, what's a cop? He doesn't know what that is. And she kind of shows him this. There's a show called Cop Stop. It's cheesy, generic NCSI, those kinds of shows, NYPD Blue, all that kind of stuff.
I don't care what it takes. Bring him to me, dead or alive.
Our ninth victim without pants. We've got to catch this sicko.
It's just it's a pretty funny parody of all that. Sprig's like, oh, this is cool. We can do that. And then we get police detective versions of Sprig and they both have mustaches and her hair's all slicked back. And so she has Pat Riley hair. And I guess these mustaches are just like caterpillars and they're crawling all over his face. But it's like, why do we have these on? Oh, because all great detectives have mustaches. And they're going to do the whole good cop, bad cop. And it's like, I'm going to go in there, I'll butter him up as good cop, and you come in and you be bad cop, and we can get the information out of this guy. It almost starts out, it's very almost like racketeering. Oh, you got a nice place here, It'd be a shame if something happened to it. But she's like, hey, have you seen any of these shells? And she has a bunch of different pictures. Of course, one of them's the right picture, doing the whole cop thing. And he's like, oh, no, I see a lot of shells, I can't really tell the difference. And then she's trying to tell Sprig, hey, time for you to be a bad cop. And he does he knocks over all the pencils, but then he compliments how nice his hair is. Well, that's not bad cop.
Your hair looks incredible.
Thanks. I use product.
Sergeant, can I speak to you for a moment?
She explains to him, no, you got to be mean. you gotta be mean and nasty with this guy because we're gonna get the information out of him. And he's like, sorry, Anne, I'm just a good kid. I'm not angry. I don't have those things. But she's like, think about Ivy not getting that shell. Someone stole it. Someone took it from you. You got to get angry. You got to get pissed off. And then he's like getting all, letting it happen. And Anne's like, yes, let it flow through you. She went full Palpatine on freaking Sprig.
Yes! Yes, Sprig! Let it flow!
He's all pissed off. Look at his face. He looks insane. Takes it to the extreme. Like the complete horrible, what do I want to say, dirty cop. After he kind of roughs up and gives up the information. Oh, they know about the string. Oh, the only person who buys the string a lot is the baker. He came in here and bought some, so that's like their next lead. And then Anne she takes him down and take keep the change, but she didn't have enough money, but she comes back and pays for it. So in the end, she ends up being the good cop, and Sprig ends up being like the ridiculously like evil cop.
Keep the change, kid.
Actually, you're short.
Oh, sorry.
They go to the baker. They start to question him, but as it starts out like before Anne walks in, hey, baker, nice bread here. Like she's trying to talk to him. Spring just goes and starts slapping him around.
Listen, I wanted to ask you, where's my shell? Whoa, dude, what are you doing?
Even Anne's like, what are you doing? He's like threatening him and everything. It's like, wow, you're taking it to the extreme. Where you bought the string? What did you do? You stole my shell. And he's all like getting up in his face. But I guess he uses that string to tie up his baguettes. So if anyone who bought the baguettes could have dropped that string, so that could have been anybody. So he's like, I need a list of all your customers. Like, no, it's confidential. I'm not going to do that. Then Sprig's all like up in his face, like demanding it. Even Anne's like, oh my goodness, Sprig, you're going too far.
I want names, you worm.
Then he's like, oh, I know what to do. I just love how far Sprig is going. He literally 180'd from being like this kind, sweet boy to like this insane person. Oh, this is your favorite apron, huh? That's pretty nice. Then he like holds it over the fire and he's like, oh no, not my apron. Oh man, why don't you give up that list and everything could be fine. Like it's crazy how he like knew what to do. And it's like freaking out like, oh my God, I can't believe you're threatening to destroy this guy's property. You're physically hurting him. And he's like, oh, see, well, that wasn't so hard. And stuff's on the ground.
There. Now that wasn't so hard, was it?
My baby.
Sorry about that. He's new to this.
Okay, baby.
Anne's apologizing, but dude, you created a monster. So now they have a list of all the people who bought that bread. So they go down, they go meet up with everybody. Stumpy, they're threatening him. He doesn't have it. They threaten the mayor. It's his little sidekick. And he's like begging the mayor for help. He's like, just let it happen. I just think maybe the mayor didn't care that it was happening to him. He just let it happen.
Was it you, Toadstool?
Sir, please help me.
Just let it happen, Toady.
Then Sprig completely he's disenchanted with his lifestyle. Oh, this town is filled with this, it's a cesspool of vice. And he's like looking at little kids playing like in the pond. Oh, disgusting.
This town is a dirty cesspool of ice. Disgusting.
Look, this is some kids. How is that disgusting? Anne's trying to plead with them, but he still has to he's got to find the shell. They're down to the very last person on the list, some guy named Gunter. He just moved into town and he lives on the outskirts. So his house looks like the Blair Witch house. It's absolutely freaking scary looking. Anne's like, hey, how about we just don't do this? But Sprig's like, I gotta find it. He has my shell. She tries to stop him, but he knocks on the door. And this guy just seems like a kind of a southern nice guy. And right at the beginning, Sprig's accusing him of things. Anne does a pretty good cover. She's like, hey, we're just a couple of kids walking around and we knew that you were new and we just wanted to meet everyone. That's actually a really good cover plan to get into a conversation with this guy. Sprig just walks into his house and I guess he has like all these like figurines and he's like destroying his house.
Is it here?
Hey!
Or maybe here?
Stop that!
Where are you hiding it?
And this guy's like, get the hell out of my house, you little freak. But apparently this guy is some type of southern tusked toad who they can transform, like, very incredible Hulkish. And he turns into this giant monster version of himself. And he's going to kill them. He literally says that, I'm going to kill you.
I kill you!
And like, oh crap, they run out of there. They're being chased by this guy. And since they treated everyone in town like a bunch of thieves and a bunch of jerks, no one wants to help them. They just get doors slammed in their faces. But then Sprig realizes I'm done being the bad cop and I got to be, my normal self. And then he basically apologizes and he's like, I'm sorry I did that. I shouldn't have accused you. It was wrong of me. I hopped to conclusions. Instead of jump, I hopped. I'm a frog.
Hop to conclusions.
Hopped.
Yeah, because I'm a frog.
And he gives him some of these donuts, the leftover donuts that he had. But I guess one of them was licorice and he hates licorice. So he turns into a monster again and chases him around. We come back to the later in the day and it's just, I'm like, oh man, it took us forever to lose that guy. But we never found that shell. And it's there in their house. Like, holy crap. Ivy was the one who took it. So when they were doing their chores, Ivy saw this shell and she like polished it up, made it look real nice. And she's like, oh, here you go, Sprig, it's yours again. And, Anne's like, hey, just give her a present now. Hey, Ivy, I got this for you. Happy, early birthday. And this absolute, like, the sweetest little thing ever. She's
But I kind of like it here. When I see it sparkle, I know I'm getting close to your place.
Wow. Okay.
That's like absolutely completely adorable. And he's like, oh yeah, okay, we'll keep it. And even Anne's like, yeah, that's like the cutest thing ever. And he's like, oh, well, see you later, Sprig. And she kind of hops off. Sprig's like, oh, they're talking about the whole situation, how, oh, I guess she was the thief. Oh, she also stole my heart. And then Anne's just looking at him like, really? He's like, oh, okay, that was a little bit much.
But she didn't just steal the shell. She stole my heart. Too much?
A little bit, yeah.
Fun episode. I really like the ending. I like these very heartfelt, sweet little endings because that was for Sprig. He's that look on his face. He just has that like, oh, my heart's completely melted look on his face. Good cop, bad cop, classic. Sprig going overboard. That's what made this episode really fun. Is that seeing that good-hearted character become an absolute monster. The fact that he's just had no problem with slapping, hitting people and everything before they even answered any questions. He just assumed that they were automatically the thief. And the fact that Anne kind of created the monster and she has to reel him back in. Pretty funny episode. Again, not really story driven, but had a lot of laughs. And we're getting close to the end here. So I'm thinking we're going to start getting some more of that story stuff. But yeah, stay tuned for the next episode.
Glad that's over with.
Well, I'm scarred for life.
Yep.
Crimson Sin here. Thanks for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single upload. If you have any tips or story ideas, hit us up on Twitter at C15Podcast, or better yet, join our Discord server, link in the description below.